President Nauseda, thank you very much for granting this interview to Deutsche Welle. US-Israeli operation against Iran distracted the world's attention from Russia's aggression against Ukraine. Do you think it could open additional strategic opportunities for the Kremlin?
First of all, we should understand that the security of different regions and different parts of the world is closely interlinked. And if we talk about Iran, yes, of course, Iran is a threat in the Middle East region. At the same time, Iran is a part of axis of evil, assisting Russia against its war against Ukraine. And this is very important to understand that we are talking about Iran as a close ally to Russia, who is supplying Shaheds, other military equipment. And I think for Russia, it is rather defeat. On the other hand, I have to admit that probably the attention or the focus of the international society now is focused on the Middle East issues against the war of Israel against Iran. And it might, to some extent, overshadow the war in Ukraine. But this is our duty, not to let these new developments in Iran to overshadow the war in Ukraine. And we will do it. We will do it just practically in the NATO summit, which will take place tomorrow. And the voice of Lithuania and our close partners will be heard, and we will be visible, because this is very important to understand. The war in Ukraine is going on. And we have to support Ukraine, because this is the first line of defense of the freedom in continental Europe.
Speaking about the NATO summit in The Hague, what specific decisions you expect from it regarding Russia's war against Ukraine?
It's very important that we will be able to take this decision regarding the defense spending. Defense spending is a crucial issue. And this is not only about the financial resources in order to close the gaps in our capabilities, in order to have necessary equipment for the efficient implication of our regional plans, regional defense plans, but this is also about our strength as a collective defense organization. This is very important to send a signal to the defense industry that we are financially there to take additional obligations and responsibilities, and we will create the pool of financial resources. And of course, for defense industry, it's very important to plan not only short-term but also long-term. And commitment is until 2035. Probably we will agree on that data. And this is very important that all countries are on board. There will be no individual cases or some exemptions. All countries should be on board. Also, I expect that we will be able to send a signal of support to Ukraine, not necessarily regarding the perspective of Ukraine in the NATO organization, but first of all, regarding the support to Ukraine in military political terms. This is very important, and the military support to Ukraine should be calculated or included into defense spending, those 5% of GDP, because I think it would motivate additionally the allies to contribute more decisively to the security and to the success of Ukrainian military forces on the battlefield.
So no exceptions, 5%?
I hope so. So far, it's difficult to make any forecasts and predictions, but I hope that with the leadership of United States, we will be able to shut all the skeptical voices within the NATO club.
Speaking about the United States, there's widespread expectation that President Trump will announce at the NATO summit a reduction of US forces in Europe. If so, are you worried?
Those are the rumors. So far, I didn't receive any official information about possible plans or possible plans of withdrawal of United States troops from continental Europe. Of course, we are ready to do even more in accommodating and creating necessary infrastructure, even for larger number of United States soldiers here on the soil or in Lithuania. But of course, we will try to convince our partners, even in the case of some reconsideration. We would be ready to convince our partners that security of the NATO is important, but the security of eastern flank of NATO is even more important, because we are facing actually this existential threat coming from the east, and we are defending external border of NATO and external border of European Union.
From 2027, according to the plan, this external border in Lithuania will also be defended by the German brigade, the Bundeswehr brigade, and everyone says it has to deploy by 2027, but in Lithuania there are voices saying that maybe that could happen earlier. Do you expect that? Do you think it's realistic?
There are always voices saying something very optimistical. But for me, it's very important to keep our promises, to implement all the necessary elements of infrastructure until the end of 2027. And this is very tough date. This is very tough goal to implement, because we have actually only 3 years remaining, 3.5 years remaining. And we have to do a lot in order to build the storages, in order to build the accommodation facilities, to prepare the training range in Rūdininkai. This is a big job to do, and I hope that we will be able to finalize all these projects as agreed by the end of 2027. On the other hand, our ally, Germany, has to prepare itself too, and this is very important to understand that it's not so easy just to send the full-scale brigade to our country over one night. It's not possible, and our partners should prepare for that, and they need some time. I hope this is optimal date to have and to welcome the full-scale German brigade until the end of 2027, and this is our political goal too.
President Nauseda, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you so much.